Hi, family. Hope everybody's doing well today. Of course, I'm coming to you all with information as usual. I want us to focus on our elderly today, and so that's going to be the topic today. Our elderly are overlooked and they kind of passed over. A lot of us feel like, oh, they've lived their lives and they're on their way out, and so whatever. And the world feels like that about elderly people. They have so much wisdom to share, so much advice and so much history, and we take them for granted. Other cultures do praise their elderly, but I think here in America, our elderly are unheard and not paid any attention. And it's not right. And what I noticed, because I have worked as a nursing assistant and a home health aide, and also I work with mentally delayed adults, and those type of people are ignored a lot as well. But I want to focus on our elderly because a lot of us tend to brush them off again because we feel like their time is up, they've lived their lives. Who cares? We should care. They have a wealth of information to share with us, a lot of experiences and wisdom, and we should be honoring them. So I'm looking at the amount of pills the elderly are taking daily. I can't tell you the different homes that I've been into, and I look on their dresser, and they have 13 or more, or maybe a little less, pills to take daily. What kind of life is that when we all know that these prescription drugs have side effects and they don't mix well with one another, and they're giving these elderly people so many pills? Their lives are boring. They're sitting there in a catatonic state, just sitting there, falling asleep, dozing off, just waiting for them to die. As you all know, a lot of these medications tell you to drink a lot of water, and it's for a purpose because these medications get into our organs and poison our systems. An elderly person who is not moving, whose circulation is not moving through the body as it should, that stuff is just sitting in their organs and it's killing them faster. And that's what they want. This depopulation thing is real. And they want our elderly out of the way. Because just like even we sometimes feel, oh, they have lived their lives, nobody cares. We don't advocate enough for them. Unfortunately, they trust their doctors because the doctor's been telling them what to do since day one. And because somebody has a degree and seem to be professional, people respect that and listen to that. But these doctors do not care. And I'm not saying all doctors. I know there are good doctors out there. So if you're a doctor and you're seeing this, don't be offended. If the shoe doesn't fit, don't worry about putting it on. But Cinderella, if the shoe fits, wear it. Because our elderly are not being treated right. They're in nursing homes, and with this COVID crap, they're really being shoved under a rug because people can't even come in and see how their family are doing. And that's insane. You can't just walk in and see how your family is doing. And that don't make no sense. My dad, unfortunately, lives way in Utica, New York, and I hate it. But, he's not out of his mind. He's in his right mind. He's 73. I wanted him to come move closer to family. He doesn't desire to do that. So, okay, we have to respect his wishes. But what I hate is that when he's getting ill, because he has a number of things going on with him at his age, um, due to his lifestyle and different things like that, he's not well. I don't like it that when he gets sick and he falls ill enough to be hospitalized, that there's nobody there to advocate for him. He's not a medicine taking person. He is not one that like to pop pills, so I don't really have to worry about that. But they convinced him to take a flu shot this time of the year when spring is here. I don't get it. And I'm not sure if he took the other shot. I'm not sure. I asked him, and I'm busy fussing. I'm like the mom now, so I don't think he really wanted to hear all that. But I don't like the fact that when a person is ill, he has breathing problems. He has bronchitis. He also has what's the other thing he has? Why is my mind blank right now? Heart failure. And all these things have to do with the heart, the lungs, and things like that. That has to do with your breathing. He allowed them to give him the flu shot because I'm sure they convinced him that it was going to protect him. It does not. Eating healthy, exercising, getting fresh air, getting sunlight, these are the things that protect you. But of course, when you go to the doctor, they're always pushing. They're pushers. Pushers. They're always pushing vaccines and shots and meds. That's what they do. It's how they make their living. Now you have to decide what makes sense for your family, yourself, and you all circumstances. Advocate for yourself, family. Advocate for your elderly. They're killing them, just pushing them to the grave sooner than they need to go. There's no reason that older people shouldn't live a long time. If we took care of ourselves in our youth and then continue that on up into our older age, we could live to be 100 and whatever. Healthily. You don't have to be sick. Your health does not have to decline because you're older. You do not need to pop pills because you're older. Eating right is life. Eating right is life. We cannot keep ignoring that and thinking that some pill is going to make everything magically disappear. And this is what they're doing. They're pushing all of this stuff. Advocate for your elderly family. Look at the medicines that they're taking, the medications that they're taking. See what the side effects are for all of them, and then watch their behavior because they are reacting to this stuff. My dad's legs was all swollen and everything, and so they give the water pill to drain the fluid. But then his pressure is low, so why would you keep giving him a water pill? His pressure is dropped. He is a stubborn man. I get much of that from him. This is why I keep coming at y'all, because I get my stubbornness from my dad. But I'm trying to use my powers for good. But for real though, I get that from him. He's a very stubborn man. And he doesn't like to, listen. He's doing his own thing. But that's my dad, and I love him. So, whenever he's hospitalized, a lot of times we don't even know it. And we're not there physically. Because I would be all up in that place, all up in their face. I'm telling him, Dad, listen, write down these medications. Tell me what they're giving you. He said, oh, okay, I'm going to do it. But then he never does. He's in God's hands. We all are. But for those of you who have parents that can compromise with you and you care about their welfare, look into what they are taking. Ask the doctors why they're taking them, why they need them. And if they stop taking them, what will happen? And sit down and consult with your doctor. If you trust your doctor, ask them what the alternatives are to be healthy. Because this is crazy. Our elderly are just forgotten and mistreated, and they're just sleeping their lives away toward the end. And a lot of them are sleeping because of the meds that they're on. Just sitting there. Wise people who have lived lives, we just sit at their feet and ask them questions. This is what our elderly is for. They're our history books. They have so much information to share with us, and they're taken for granted. Oh, they're just a bother. Oh, they're a nuisance. Oh, they're in the way. No, they are your history. We ought to honor and respect them. Please advocate for the elderly people in your family. Please, family. Do not let the medical system railroad them into doing things that is not going to be for their best interests. And if you have elderly people in your family and you have a lot of siblings, y'all need to consult together, because you have one sibling that might not agree with this and the other sibling may. Sit down, have a family meeting, hash it out. Think about what's best for your mother and your father and come to a solution together. Because I know of a family, one brother is against the shots and the sister wasn't. She didn't have any information about it. She just thought she was doing the right thing for her mom and just bam. Did not consult and speak to the other family members at all. Mama is up there in age and she's thinking her daughter's looking out for her best interest, and she goes and does it. So we just got to do a little better. I mean, some of you, if you trust this world, if you trust the medical field, and you trust this government, may the Most High God bless you. But for those of you who know better, advocate for yourselves. Advocate for your elderly. And that's my message today, family. I pray you have a blessed day and be alert and be aware. Learn. Don't just listen to people talk, and even me. Don't listen to me. Go and do your research. Stop doing things blindly. It doesn't make any sense. Don't do things blindly. Get information. Get a lot of information. These new vaccines, they're new. You are a guinea pig. Trial runs. That's what they are called. You can't sue anybody if anything goes wrong with you. You're on your own. You will be sick, damaged, messed up for the rest of your life. Advocate for yourself. Advocate for your loved ones. Peace and blessings, family.